Welcome back to Geek Shuffle and the comic countdown for DC and the month of June 2024. It is a bit longer than last time, where we only had one new number one comic. This time we have a handful, so we should hit the 10-minute mark once again. This time in June, as most Junes, the theme is Pride Month. Most American companies dip into the Pride well to represent, and of course that is fine. We supported us here as well, as you can see. Well, I collect Harlequin, and since she is in that camp at times as well, so we do buy those. Let's just jump into the new number one releases, the handful that there are in this month. I do expect DC to ramp up a bit once we get closer to Comic-Con in June. The first number one this month is DC Pride 2024 number one, and there is only going to be a number one. They release one of these every year. Travelogue anthology with different stories, collecting stories from each of the pairings in the DC universe. We have 5 covers. I should be able to show 3. We have variants, a wraparound cover, foil, and ratio. All in all, very nice covers. Celebrating the Pride Month. And I think I am picking up at least one of these for that one. Next up, we have I wasn't sure I was going to add this, but it is a number one. DC Pride, a celebration of Rachel Pollack number one. This is a one-shot reprint. It is a bit similar to a facsimile edition, so I might have just added it to the quick list. I am unknown. I don't know how many covers there will be of this, and I could only find one, so it might just be the original cover of the most famous one here. It is a collection of the stories that Rachel Pollack wrote back in the 90s. She added the first transgender hero to the DC universe, Kaogala. So I wanted to add it here because it is pretty important to the universe and the story of the month. Next up, we have DC Pride Uncovered. Like the other Uncoverads, it is a collection of covered, so for art collectors it might be interesting. Just like the Harlequin Poison Ivy we have here, it might be in there in the collection. A lot of great covers in that set. We have 6 covers, and I should be able to show 3. We got variants, ratios, and foil covers in that one. Next up, we have the first outside of the Pride Month theme. We have Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the Kryptonian Age number 1. This was a very popular run back in the original, written by Mike Mignola, and should be pretty popular this time as well. And he returns to write the new run. So we have 6 covers. I should be able to show 3 variants, foil, and ratios. And as you will see in the quick lists, there will be a facsimile edition of the original run. This should be interesting, and I will likely pick that up as it runs. Next up, we have My Adventures with Superman number 1. It is a comic series based on the animated series, and it continues the story, as far as I could tell, from the end of season 1 of My Adventures with Superman. We got 5 covers. I should be able to show 2 variants and 1 ratio. I haven't seen all of. I saw the first 2 episodes, I believe, and I thought it would had some pretty cool ideas, and I think it is very popular. So this might be something if you are into the animated series. Next up, we have a fan favorite coming back to just like Power Girl, Satana. Bring Down the House #1. Satana was happy to just do her magic act in a beat up hotel in Vegas, but a demon jumps out of a portal and attacks her during her act, and she's forced back into the hero business. I am not quite sure if this is a mini run or an extended series, but I will be picking up the #1 at least. We have Artgerm and other artists in the first #1, so I will be picking up a couple of these. We have 6 covers, and I should be able to show 3. And that was the #1s. Half Pride, half new stuff, and the new stuff is very interesting, so I will definitely be picking up some of those. Then we move on to the quick lists, and we have a lot of ongoing stuff. Starting off with the first, we have the facsimile edition I mentioned. Batman Gotham by Gaslight #1 facsimile edition, Harlequin #41, Poison Ivy #23, Suicide Squad Dream Team #4, Outsiders #8, Batman #148. Next page, Batman #149, Detective Comics 1086. Nightwing 115, Batman and Robin #10, Batman the Brave and the Bold #14, Catwoman #66. Continue to try to draw me in with those the big selection of covers. Next page, Penguin #11, Red Hood, The Hill #5, Batman and Superman World's Finest #28. Some good covers here. Wonder Woman #10, some really great covers here, also in the Pride theme. Action Comics #1066 and Superman #15. Next page. Green Lantern #12, Since the Suns #5, Kneel Before Sword #6, The Flash #10. Titans #12, Green Arrow #13. Next page, Green Lantern War Journal #10, Blue Beetle #10, Shazam #12, Justice Society of America #11, Batman 89 Echoes 4, and The Boy Wonder #2. The last 2 of these might not have covers shown, they didn't have at the time of writing. Next page, John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America 6, and Crisis of Infinity Earth #3 facsimile edition. This time I jumped over a couple of children's variants. It's not something I am interested in, and if you are interested, you should be able to easily find them. Finally, we have my pickups and my buys of the ongoing series. We have 2 of those. First of these are Birds of Prey #10, continued collection. We have 4 covers, and I should be able to show 3. And this is the first time in the Birds of Prey. I dropped it in the middle because I was iffy about the selection. And again, I'm a bit iffy, but because of the art selection this time. All the 3 variants that I'm showing are in a classic style or in a cute style, which is not my personal preference, and I would have to go up to the ratio that I'm not showing to get something that is in my personal preference. So I would have to pay a bit more, $10, $15, to get something that would fit into my collection, or I would have to go with the classic styles. And that it's fine that they do a month with classic styles. I might just pick that. to save some money. Money is or can always be an issue, but still fine. 4 covers selection is fine. Next up, and final for this month, is Power Girl number 10. Continue selection, and they do a steady 3 covers, with A sometimes being the story cover, and the 2 others being artist variants, mostly with posing or an action sequence, just like we have on the Power Girl Uncovered, where she's just looking strong. And that is completely fine with me. I prefer that over many other options. So easy picks here for me as well, and I will definitely continue with Power Girl for this foreseeable future, unless something changes with artists there. And that wraps up DC for the month. Definitely some new pickups that will continue going forward as we move into the summer. And I hope this was interesting for some of you. Definitely interesting for me, what will be coming up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.